Hello everyone, I'm Joel Barid, the General Manager of Missoula Community Access Television, inviting you to this May Day edition of Missoula Live. Kim Anderson, my co-host of Humanities Montana, who's typically here, is at a Humanities Montana conference in Washington, D.C., so we wish her safe travels back. So about the MCAT news, I've asked Scott to show you this beautiful bicycle that's on our website, MCAT.org. If you go to MCAT.org and click on this image, then you can give us your first and last name and your email address, and you can be entered to win the drawing for the cruiser bike, which was so generously donated by Free Cycles here in Missoula. So the bike giveaway, or raffle away, is partly in recognition of our 27th anniversary. MCAT first cablecast from this very old Missoulian garage on April 22nd of 1990. So here we are 27 years later. We're going to have a party. The party is this coming Friday, if you're watching the live today. It is Cinco de Mayo, which is the 5th of May, and it's going to be held at the Downtown Dance Collective, which is located in the La Flèche building. So some people are familiar with the loft. The Downtown Dance Collective is on the first floor. The address is 121 West Main Street, and it's part of the gallery walk of the first Friday. And sources close to me say that the weather is actually going to be nice. So anyway, the public is invited. There's a short program of MCAT appreciation at 6 p.m. featuring Missoula City Mayor John Engen, Missoula County Commissioner David Strohmeyer, United Way CEO Susan Patrick Hay, and some other luminaries. We'll spend about a half hour talking about where MCAT has been and where we want to go, especially since we'll be moving into the new library when it is built. Yeah. So anyway, I want to invite my first guest. This is Geri Stewart. She is here representing the National Alliance
on Mental Illness.
Yeah, Missoula Edition. I was going to say association, but it isn't. It's the National Alliance, or NAMI.
On mental illness. Yeah, NAMI, NAMI Missoula.
Yeah.
Missoula NAMI. Yeah.
Well, welcome. Thanks for taking time to be on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. So we have our sheets here, and I will explain then, since I can read it, that NAMI Missoula is the local affiliate of the National Alliance on Mental Illness. It's one of 1,000 affiliates around the country, and the focus of NAMI is to offer support, education, and advocacy on behalf of individuals and families dealing with mental illness. And like MCAT, NAMI has been in Missoula for over 30 years, and it's a nonprofit organization. All the services are offered free, and there is an office at St. Paul's Lutheran Church, 202 Brooks. So if I haven't done it all for you.
You did it. That's great.
Do you want to talk about May being Mental Illness Awareness Month?
Sure. May has been National Mental Health Month since 1949, and the purpose is to raise public awareness of mental health issues and to reduce the stigma and stereotypes about mental illness.
Right. And I understand that Mayor John Engen will be giving a proclamation along those lines at tonight's City Council meeting. I'll see you'll be in good company because we're getting one for MCAT.
Yeah, great.
So that's great. Yeah. And because May is Mental Health Month, NAMI is doing some events locally.
Yes. And let's see, May 4th and 5th, we're participating in Missoula Gives.
Right.
And I'll have to come to the party because that's my birthday.
Oh,
Cinco
wonderful.
de Mayo.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
You'll have two parties to go to because Missoula Gives will be having like a headquarters just down the street at the Missoula Federal Credit Union.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
So we're doing that. Then also 2 members of our board, Zan Bacchus and Jack Shiflett, are doing a reading at Fact and Fiction Books on Tuesday, May 16th at 7 p.m. And the reading is called In Our Own Voices, a Stigma-Free Reading for Mental Health Month.
Great.
And it will include prose and poetry.
Right.
Then we're doing a screening of the documentary film Happy at the Missoula Public Library on Wednesday, May 17th at 7 p.m. It is an exploration of what things contribute to people's satisfaction and well-being. And both of these events are free and open to the public.
Excellent. So they're right back to back. On May 16th at 7, Fact and Fiction. I know it's right on Higgins Street next to A&E Architects. It's in the 200 block, I think.
I don't know. I've never been there.
Oh, really? It's a great little bookstore.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is. And they have room, for readings that
Oh, that's nice.
that I would say could easily accommodate 30 to 40, Oh, so that's great.
That's nice.
And
yeah.
then the film Happy at Missoula Public Library. I know it's 301 East Main Street.
And it's downstairs.
In the large meeting room. And both events are free, open to the public. So I think Scott showed people the website for NAMI, and is that where people would go for the Missoula Gives Day to donate?
Let me see. I've got it written down here. I think it's the website, yeah.
Nice. And you guys have a Facebook page as well?
Yes, we do. And is that being shown?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's kind of scrolling through it and everything. It has the map, so it's showing, where it is on Brooks.
Oh, okay.
And there's certain hours that people can call the office too. And you use volunteers to help with the with staffing it?
Jack Shiflett is the one who's there most of the time.
Yeah.
When he cannot be there, then we have volunteers from the board.
Oh, that's great. And do you have meetings regularly?
Yes,
for members and whatnot?
We meet once a month, the second Tuesday of every month.
In the evening or afternoon there?
From 10 till 1, or 10 till 12, excuse me.
Oh, like midday.
Yeah.
I was going to say at night, now that I'm going to sleep so early. It'd be like, what?
Yeah.
10 a.m.? So people are watching. If you're interested, if you know of someone that may benefit from the services of NAMI, you can seek out NAMI at their website, which is namimissoula.org, or put NAMI Missoula into a search on your Facebook, and you'll find their Facebook page. And I know there's a number because I called it, and it started with 880.
Yeah.
I can't remember the rest.
I don't remember, but it's on the Facebook
Yeah, it's
page.
on the Facebook page. And
and there's a lot of support groups that we have.
yeah.
So
You could
throughout
find
the
a
week.
support group
Yeah.
that you might like, whether you're a friend or family member or someone
and different
dealing
times
with it.
during the week also.
Convenient
Yeah.
for work schedules and whatnot. Well, Geri, anything you want to add?
Well, we want to make people, we want them to be aware of mental illness mainly, and to learn about it and to care about it, and to know that it's a community problem and we need community resources, to help with that.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of resources that are available. And I can name some of them, but I don't think I need to.
All right. You don't have to.
Okay.
Okay.
If you want me to, I can just,
Okay, sure. We've got
because
time.
Jack wrote this down for me. He said access to providers, necessary resources that we need.
Yeah.
Our access to providers, insurance parity, crisis services, job training programs, a peer support network, low-cost housing, jail diversion programs,
Yeah.
etc. And the challenge is not just making these services available, but to also make the individuals and families aware of where they can get these resources and to help them through the very complicated system.
Right. Yeah, I heard some good things in there. Insurance parity, where insurance
Yeah.
says, oh, you have a broken leg, that's real.
Yeah.
Oh, you have a mental illness, we're not so sure. Jail diversion another element is that people with mental illness often come into contact with police at some point
Oh,
when
yeah.
really they need trained professionals. And then poorer people with mental illness end up, their therapy is being put in prison, which is
Yeah.
actually extremely aggravating.
I heard that like 40% of the people in prison have a mental illness.
Right. Yeah.
And they
So
don't always get the medications they need, That's a real problem.
it's a super problem because a lot of people would interpret mental illness as some sort of criminal activity.
Right.
It's in and of itself.
Right.
And then, the people are all traumatized by incarceration rather than getting treatment that they really need.
Yeah.
Well, what else do we want to say? I guess we said it all. There's 3 important reminders for folks that Missoula Gives is an event coming up, and NAMI Missoula is part of Missoula Gives, so that if people are inclined to, they can give NAMI Missoula donations on the upcoming days, the 4th and the 5th. And there's an online fundraising event. We'll hear more about that from Meredith, Printz, who's here. That's coming up. And then also NAMI Missoula is having 2 events, a reading at Fact and Fiction bookstore at 7 p.m. on Tuesday, May 16th, and then a screening of the documentary film Happy at Missoula Public Library, Wednesday, May 17th at 7 p.m. And they're both free events.
Yes.
All right. Well, Geri, thanks so much for taking the time to be on the show.
You helped me a lot.
Oh, good.
You did all my
Leading
work.
you along. I have the papers, people.
Yeah.
So Scott is going to show you a PSA of some sort, and then we're going to change out guests, and we'll be right back with some words about the Glenn Marangelo is here, representing the Missoula Insectarium. So we'll be right back. MCAT is celebrating 27 years of recording and presenting the Missoula, Montana experience, our struggles and our accomplishments that mark the path to the future. We'd like to invite you to celebrate that accomplishment with a party Friday, May the 5th at the Downtown Dance Collective, 121 West Main Street.
I was just a kid. And you never knew what mood he was going to be in when he came home. It was brutal. My dad, he would come home, and there's one time where...
Good job, bring it back. Chad wasn't a football player per se. He was just a kid that needed to be a part of something. I don't think he had anyone as a role model or someone showing him what to do. It's okay, you're doing good. You're okay.
Coach Marr was the only person I really trusted in this town. He was always there.
And I'm so proud of you. You've done well. Done well.
Facebook.
Okay.
Hey, you guys, we're back. Glenn Marangelo is here from the Missoula Insectarium, and when you look it up online, it says Butterfly House or something.
Yeah,
Did you
so
notice that?
we kind of have 2 hats. One is our bigger picture hat. So
Yeah.
we started the organization in 2009 as the Missoula Butterfly House and Insectarium, and
Yeah.
our long-term vision is to build a tropical butterfly house. So if you've ever gone into one, an immersion
Never
type thing,
have, yeah.
you walk in and there's free-flying butterflies, and it's an incredible experience. 80 degrees, 80% humidity.
Yes, sir.
So it would be a nice thing in Missoula in February when we're all kind of sick of winter.
A big butterfly sauna. No, I'm steam room.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
And so that's that's still our long-term goal, and we're slowly, we've got that on the back burner always.
Yeah.
But as an organization in about 2013, we had been doing education programs, but we wanted to have something that was more tangible, that kind of hinted towards that bigger vision. And so we opened the Insectarium in June of 2015. So we're just about 2 years old with the Missoula Insectarium. So that's why there's you see both names.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I see.
Yep.
Oh, I can't wait for the butterfly house.
Yeah.
So the Insectarium is really cool too.
I love it. It's awesome.
Can you tell people a little bit about like the variety of animals you have there and so on?
So everything that we have is what's called an arthropod, and arthropods consist of crustaceans, millipedes, centipedes, arachnids, so the spiders and scorpions, and insects. So it encompasses a whole bunch. So we've got everything from fiddler crabs, which are really cool, to we've got probably about 18 different tarantulas. We've got these incredible centipedes. We've got giant African millipedes, praying mantises, massive beetles, Hercules beetles. I mean, and they're incredible. They're incredible animals. I mean, it's all the things in the Insectarium, but all the things that are in Montana too. I think that what we hope people walk away with is that curiosity, because when you dive in deeper and you learn more of the details about any of these things' lives, you just find out fascinating things, and the learning opportunities are endless, and that's what I love about it, because I learn new things every day, and it's a lot of fun.
For your public education part, how do you guys pull that off? Like you have open hours and the facility is still on Front Street?
We are. We're at 218 East Front Street on the second floor, so it's Suite 200. And the hours it's Wednesday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 5, and then Saturdays. Oh excuse me, from 11 to 5, and then Saturdays is 10 to 5. On Mondays and Tuesdays, we do school programs still. So we're open to the public Wednesday through Saturday, but then we're doing a variety of field trips for schools and other types of groups as well. Yeah.
We're battling that here at MCAT too. To be open as a drop-in, and then also want to have time to get your education in and say, hey, this is for kids right now,
Yeah, you need to keep your schedules coordinated pretty well.
Yeah. So the public is invited to see what it's all about in person. They can do that during those hours, 11 to 5, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yep, and then 10 to 5 on Saturday. And it's just a $4 admission. The kiddos that are 3 and under are free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, kids. Well, what do you say? Like, are kids attracted to bugs?
Yeah. I mean, I hate to use the analogy, but like a moth to a flame. I mean, most kids have just this natural curiosity about it. I mean, there's some kids that are a little nervous. I mean, because we've got an encounter area where we have a variety of things that people can touch and hold. And some kids are a little nervous about it, but they usually warm up a little bit. I would say adults tend to be a little more hesitant than kids are, because as we get older, we find out all those bugs that might be in your house that you're not too thrilled about being in your house, or we
solidify our likes and dislikes.
Yeah.
As we get older, we're more entrenched in, I am like this and I don't like that, or whatever, or I like these things, but
we develop all the negative connotations that we have about bugs, and that's unfortunate. But kids in general, there's that natural curiosity, and they just love it.
Yeah. Scott, can you show more of the website too? And I want Glenn to see. I think the website is really great. There's pictures on there. Like here's like a child, you know, with the little bug.
Yeah, the photo. Well, that was from our Little Bugs program. We have
is that right?
early childhood education program called Little Bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we get. I mean, the photo ops are awesome because you get these cute kids holding neat bugs.
Right.
It's yeah. We've got some good photo
You
opportunities.
do have
for
some
sure.
really great photos on the website. Yeah, I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's, I mean, that just, it just scratches the surface. I mean, we've gotten some good photos over the time, but it's kind of a daily occurrence.
You got Bugs Appetit sold out.
We just had, April 21st, we partnered with Burn Street Bistro and held a fundraising dinner that each course included a significant insect component.
Oh my gosh.
And it was awesome.
No kidding.
And we sold it out. We've got enough interest that we are likely to do another one in September.
Wow.
I've already got, maybe the second one about halfway sold out. People had a great time. I had a great time.
Yeah.
And it's just something
Was
really...
there any daring going on? Like, I dare you to eat that bug or anything?
Well, we did provide a vegetarian option, and some people that chose the vegetarian option obviously needed to take a little taste of things. I mean, the majority of people chose the bug meal because that's what you're there for.
Well, of course.
And so, it was mealworms in one dish, which I was most squeamish about, but actually that was my favorite one. That was awesome.
Interesting.
And grasshoppers in another, and crickets in another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because one reads these things, that, for instance, there's so many insects in the world that it is one of the largest groups of animals, besides humans. A tremendous amount of insects.
Yeah.
If there was an apocalypse, say some, people would starve rather than eat the bugs that are all around.
Well, at least in our culture, but I mean, there are other cultures and across the globe that insects are part of their diet, and it's just it hasn't caught on in the United States. It's slowly gaining momentum. It's called entomophagy, and,
goodness,
it's starting to build some momentum.
Wow.
And we're slowly overcoming our hang-ups about bugs as protein.
Right. Because they're supposed to be very protein rich, the bugs.
Well, and actually from the standpoint of producing protein and what it takes to produce beef versus the resources that go into producing insect protein, it's like 20 times more efficient to produce protein for that's insect protein.
Wow.
So it's it's got some environmental reasons as well as I think a lot of people just really wanted to try something unique at a dinner. So,
because the French dish, escargot is like a snail thing or something,
Yeah.
And then I think other people have tried frog's legs.
Yeah.
But so this is really pretty far out. So if people are interested in the bug meal, is it on the website, the September one, or are you researching the response for it?
It's not on our website yet, but I think under programs on our website, there's still the link to Bug Appetit, and there's the contact information, and they can always, if someone's interested, they can always contact me, and I'll put you on the priority invitation list, which is starting to get long.
Yeah,
and we'll give those people first crack at tickets, and then we'll open it up a little bit more beyond that. But I think we will do another one in September just because it went really, really well, and we had a great response. It was a fun event. So.
Oh, yeah. And so coming up, too, and you guys are participating in Missoula Gives, right?
Yes. Yeah, coming up. Well, actually, I guess there's already accepting donations from now until the end of the campaign. But officially, the campaign is May 4th to 5th, and it'll start at 6 p.m. and go to 6 p.m. on the 5th.
Right, the 24 hours.
Yep, 24-hour giving campaign. And, they've had, Missoula Community Foundation's done a great job over the years, and it's been an exciting campaign to be part of. I think we've been part of it pretty much every year. Yeah. And we're looking forward to it again this year.
So if people want to give specifically to you guys, do they go to your website or will they go to the Missoula Gives? And of course we can ask Meredith next. But
well, and actually, I don't think we've created a link off of our website. So, the best place to go is the Missoula Community Foundation's Missoula Gives site. And then you can see all the different organizations that you can make a contribution towards, and of course, hopefully you'll donate to the Missoula Insectarium. But there's so many great groups in our town that are doing really good work. You guys too, of course. And so there's a variety of things people can support. I think Meredith was telling me that people are going to have the option of making a gift that will just be spread across all the different organizations that are participating,
that's
or
great.
you can select your individual favorite organizations that you'd like to donate to.
Yeah. Well, let's see if there's any viewers out there for whom the Insectarium would be one of those targeted ones, and keep in mind the vision for the butterfly house.
Yeah,
Dear viewing public, can you imagine?
Yeah, we've been imagining it for a long time, and we're going to get there. It's just we're growing, and it's taken a lot of effort, but it's been a lot of fun.
That's really great. So I'm going to remind people of when they can visit, and also for teachers, I would think, right? If any teachers are watching, here's a great opportunity to bring a natural science component into your grade school. High schoolers are probably into it as well.
When we've done some work with high school classes, but we more focus on like pre-K through 8th grade, and we've got programs that are geared towards specific grades. But there's, next year Montana is adopting the next generation science standards, and so we've got some courses that specifically help meet some of those new standards that teachers will be working towards. So yeah, I mean, we do a lot of programs, and I think there's descriptions of the programs on our website as well, so any teachers can check that out.
Great. And also the public hour, so if you're interested in having an experience with the insect world, the Insectarium is open Wednesday
to Friday, 11 to 5.
11 to 5 and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturdays.
On Saturday, yep.
218 East Front?
218 East Front. It's the second floor. From outside the building, it certainly does not look like there's an insectarium up there. We do have some signage because we're on the second floor. There's some signs that you could see from Front Street. But yeah, don't let the entrance fool you that we're up there.
And you're right across from the Dram Shop. What used to be the Front Street Theater, is it?
Yeah, the Dram Shop, and there's Trailhead and the Pearl Restaurant, and conveniently the new parking garage and market on front as well.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So parking is a lot easier on the weekday anyway than it would ordinarily
because we've got the parking garage there, and we don't have we don't really have any dedicated spots in the lot for the building for visitors, unfortunately, but there's plenty of parking around.
Excellent. Glenn, anything you want to add?
No, but if anybody would like to come to the Insectarium, we're more than happy to go and chat about bugs, because it's a lot of fun, and to me it's just kind of this contagious thing. I enjoy it. Not contagious in a bad way. Contagious in a good way.
Thank you, Glenn.
All right, thank you.
So Meredith Printz is here representing Missoula Community Foundation. The news this week will be a week of Missoula Gives, really starting Thursday the 4th, and be 24 hours of giving. I think last year people in Missoula donated more than $250,000 in that time. So we'll see what Meredith expects for this year right after that.
Sergeant Greg Amison with the Missoula Police Department. I'd like to talk a little bit about bicycles riding on the sidewalks in the city of Missoula, which we see a lot because Missoula is a very bike-friendly town. I would just like to let bicyclists know that they do have to yield to pedestrians on the sidewalk safely, because they travel faster than a pedestrian, so they do have to do that in a safe manner. And then when you get to a crosswalk, you are actually required to slow your bicycle down to what would be called a pedestrian pace, and you cannot begin crossing until it's safe to do so.
Missoula Community Access Television works with kids in an active learning environment where they get hands-on experience in video production. MCAT offers weekly Saturday classes that spark creativity in kids from 9 to 13 years of age. Located downtown at 500 North Higgins.
For too long, corporate tobacco has exploited our people, manipulated our practices, and profited from our addiction. No more. If you struggle with commercial tobacco addiction, call the American Indian Commercial Tobacco Quit Line today at 1-855-372-0037 and talk to someone who understands.
Here we are back with Meredith Printz. Welcome.
Thank you.
So Missoula Community Foundation every year puts together this 24-hour giving period, and this year it is Missoula Gives. I know last year it was Give Local, right?
Yes.
This year it is Missoula Gives. Do you want to explain to people a little bit about it?
Sure. Missoula Gives is a 24-hour online and in-person giving extravaganza
Right.
put on by the Missoula Community Foundation. It starts on May 4th at 6 p.m., runs through May 5th at 6 p.m., and people can go to missoulagives.org and find their favorite nonprofit organizations who are registered and give to them. This year we have 156 organizations participating, which is way more than we've ever had before.
Yeah.
So there's at least one, if not many, organizations that fit your interests.
Well, that's very true. So you could see them. I've done it, so I know all about it in a way. And then, of course, people could, I mean, I think this is right. Glenn of the Insectarium just said, if people wanted to, they could just give a gift that would be evenly divided among all the participants. If they said, oh, they're so great, I can't decide.
Yes. So the way that they can do that is text the word Missoula to 50155, and then they will be taken to a place where they can enter their credit card information, make a donation of anywhere upwards from $5, and that will be spread among all of the participating organizations.
Right. And if a lot of people did that, I mean, the spread would really make a difference. Obviously, if there's 156 organizations dividing $5, it would be small.
Right.
But a lot of people could use that option
Yep.
to give among all of the groups. Okay, I got it. So the website is Missoula Gives?
MissoulaGives.org.
Okay, that's great. Set up for that period.
Yep.
Can people give earlier? Glenn just mentioned he thought, well, it's really about the 24-hour awareness. But if people wanted to make a donation this week, can they do it sooner?
They sure can.
Okay.
We have had over 60 organizations that have already received donations.
Wow,
And
you guys are doing great.
I know, and I can't tell you how much we've raised so far, but we have raised a good amount of money so far already, so we're feeling good about it. If you want to be the early bird, get the worm. You can donate starting back in April 1st, but donate now to one or more organizations and have fun.
It would work. And you have planned a lot of public awareness events for the 24-hour period?
Yeah.
You want to talk about them a little?
I'd love to. So we are kicking it off at Plonk this year, as well as last year, from 5 to 7 p.m. on Thursday the 4th. Come down to Plonk, and with every donation that you make, you get a free cocktail. So it's
Is
very,
that right?
very generous
Your
offer.
cocktails are like $8 and $9.
I know.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, and you can also be entered into a drawing to win a large magnum of wine
Excellent.
at Plonk. Yeah, and then the next day on the 5th, Friday, we will be in the Florence building from 8 to 5, and we have a lot of fun activities going on and incentives. So, for example, we've got Posh Chocolate. We'll be serving up some chocolate snacks and a little bit of coffee.
Nice.
At lunchtime, Submittable is going to be providing some pizzas from Pie Hole.
Wonderful.
From 3 to 5, the Red Bird Wine Bar is going to provide some snacks and drinks. We have some cats coming over from the shelter, so people can pet the kitties.
Yeah.
And we'll have chair massage and photos. I mean, there's just going to be so much fun happening at the Florence building.
Yeah, and the Florence Hotel lobby is pretty swank if people have never been here.
Yeah.
It's a great reason to go. So you're going to have this deluxe donor lounge there in the building.
Yeah, and that is not all. We will also be at the the Missoula Federal Credit Union is our finale celebration from 5 to 7, and we will have a free barbecue, family-friendly games.
Yeah.
A Newfoundland dog is going to be pulling a wagon, and kids will get to ride in the wagon. We're going to do a community sing-along. The Watershed Education Network has educational activities, just fun for the whole family. But I don't want to forget the Good Food Store from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. will also be there. and we'll be serving up some snacks, and there'll be a gift basket that people can enter to win if they donate there at the Good Food Store.
Oh, you guys did a great job this year. That's brilliant.
Thanks.
Now, of the credit union, I had hoped, because our party's the same night, now I think I imagine this, that it was going to be down the street at West Spruce, but how could you have a barbecue and all that there?
We can't. So it's at 3600 Brooks,
Okay,
which
right.
is the credit
main,
union's
the big thing.
south side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be on their lawn there.
Oh, well, I'll probably be so caught up in my party.
I
Well, we'll
know.
just see. We'll just see. So wonderful amount of things for people in town to do. So something to keep in mind, Florence Hotel building for people to pop in. This is where Missoula Community Foundation is located, headquartered, so they're in a fine position to create this donor lounge there. But if you're the early bird, Thursday, May 4th, free cocktail at Plonk,
Yep.
right down the street here on North Higgins. For each donation, did you say?
Yes.
Wow, that's dangerous.
I
indeed.
know.
So you need designated drivers for the truly generous
Right.
to go there. And then there's also a raffle for the Magnum of wine.
Yep.
Whoa. Okay, retrospect. Friday, the Good Food Store, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So they have that cafeteria there.
Yeah, we're actually hoping to be in the produce section when people come in
yeah.
and
Okay.
be right there. We're not 100% sure, but we hope we'll be there.
Okay.
And we've got our new mascot, Polly the Pollinator.
Oh, yeah.
So we will have our friends dressing up as Polly the Pollinator and, giving out handbills and waving at people and
Yeah,
taking
yeah.
photos. One thing I wanted to mention about our donor lounges too is not everybody wants to give online or feels comfortable.
Sometimes, right.
Yeah, so we have established these donor lounges where you can drop off a check or cash or change. We've got one of our local schools is raising money through change to give to an organization. So we'll
that's
accept change
great.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the bee, I can't remember if you told me the significance of the bee image to Missoula Gives.
Yeah, so the Missoula Community Foundation, that is our mascot, is the bee. And the idea is that we are a local hub of philanthropy. So we're kind of pollinating
Oh, you
generosity.
guys are like a hive and so on too.
We are, yeah. We're pollinating generosity all throughout town and trying to make our community a better place to live. So.
Oh, I gotcha. I
Yeah.
think people would enjoy being generous if, there was like a spin put on it, So I think you guys are doing great work that way, that people give sort of by example, and being social animals the way we are, that if there's like this community day of giving, people are kind of like, well, why don't I try that out? So that there could be people donating money philanthropically for the first time through Missoula Gives.
That's what we hope. We hope that we encourage young people to donate maybe for the first time, or
Yeah.
people that think, well, if I can't give, $100 or more, then I'm not a philanthropist. Well,
Yeah.
no, I mean, any amount that you give, you're a philanthropist, you're important, you're making a big impact on our community, so we really want everybody to come together. We're hoping to raise $300,000 from 3,000
Wow.
Missoulians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last year it was around 250 or so.
It was 234.
Okay.
We ran into some technical difficulties.
Oh, we had the computer deal.
Yeah, so we didn't hit our goal last year, but we've got a new website platform and it's pretty slick, so check it out, MissoulaGives.org. The nonprofits are able to put a lot more information on their profile page this year. They could put videos and photos and a lot more information about themselves, so you can really learn more about them before you decide to donate.
Yeah. And Missoula's home to many nonprofits. I can't remember the number, over 700 nonprofits are here. And all of them have different needs, that money can really slake and help with.
That's right.
Even if it's small amounts, because I think a lot of them are highly efficient. And so a small amount of money can be generated into a great deal of good, Mm-hmm. Well, what else should we tell people to encourage them?
Well, here's another thing. So one reason people want to give on this 24-hour period is that we have raised some prize funds and some matching funds for the
okay.
organizations. So we have 15 different prizes that the nonprofits can compete for, including the first donor. So at 6 p.m., hopefully a lot of people will have their fingers over the donate button, and they'll try to get that first donation in, and then they'll be able to select an organization to get $250. So we've
great.
got 15 different prizes, kind of like that one.
Yeah.
And then we've also got a matching fund that we have raised through local businesses and individuals that will be divided amongst all of the nonprofits. So you, as we mentioned before, you can text Missoula to 50155 to add to that matching fund. At this point, it is about $115 per organization. So we feel pretty good about that.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, so help your organizations reach their match or help them get a prize. Just have a lot of fun. It's just a fun thing. It feels good to give, and especially when we all get together to do it on one day.
Yeah, that's right. And the start can be Plonk, and the end can be Missoula Federal Credit Union out on Brooks. Mm-hmm. And the start date, dear TV viewer, Thursday, May 4th at 4 p.m.
6 p.m., but people can actually donate at 4 p.m. if they want. That would still work.
And then the big hook, though, is the very first donor of 6 p.m. gets an added bonus they can donate to.
Right.
Excellent. Well, is there anything we did not cover?
Oh, one thing I would like to do is thank our sponsors that make this Giving Day possible.
That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah, so our premier sponsor is the Missoula Federal Credit Union. We have K-Pax is our big media sponsor this year, as well as Missoula Broadcasting Company. We have the Good Food Store, Submittable, First Interstate Bank, Community Medical Center, Plonk, Missoula Fresh Market, Stockman Bank, Inc. Realty, and Imagination Brewing and Western Cider. I think I've gotten everybody. I apologize if I missed somebody.
That's really good. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, Meredith, you've done so much work this year. And I can attest, right, from doing the meetings last year, you have to work on this all year round to get it together. And then, do you want to give people a little background of Missoula Community Foundation? You know, just so they know what it does.
Sure. Yeah, we are one of the organizations that you can choose to give back to during Missoula Gives. And our mission is basically to inspire philanthropy to promote a vibrant and vital community. And we do that through inspiring philanthropy through events like Missoula Gives. We have a program that MCAT has participated in called the Missoula Project for Nonprofit Excellence.
Yes, it's excellent.
Yeah, where we work with just a few local organizations every year, and we help them to strengthen their internal operations so that they can be stronger organizations. We also have a scholarship program for young Missoula high school graduates to help them move on to college or trade school. We have a fiscal sponsorship program where we help nonprofits get off the ground before they've received their 501c3 designation, or we can help limited time projects. We had a group of Cuban singers, a Cuban choir coming over from Cuba last year during the International Choral Festival, and a group of folks with our help brought them here. What else? That's mainly what we do.
It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
See, I've got the literature. Since 2001, Missoula CF has given more than $935,000 to nonprofits and students, inspiring long-term local philanthropy. See, that's a great accomplishment. So, if you guys want to help, that's the time to do it. Missoula Community Foundation can be one of the recipients of that 24-hour Missoula Gives coming up Thursday, May 4th at 6.
Yes.
All right. Well, Meredith, good luck this year. Thank you for doing it. It's such a worthy cause. And I have to say, thank you, dear viewer, for watching this edition of Missoula Live. We'll be back. Kim will be back with me for our final show of the season 2 weeks hence, which is Monday, May 15th. So there's 2 parties you can go to on Friday. One is the wrap-up party for the Missoula Gives, and that is at the Missoula Federal Credit Union Training Headquarters, 3600 Brooks. MCAT will be celebrating our 27th anniversary at the Downtown Dance Collective, which is at 121 West Main Street. So for MCAT, I'm Joel Baird. We'll see you next time.